Even as we grasp at victory, there is a cancer, an evil tumor, growing, spreading in our midst. Shout! Shout! Shout out his name!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Jazz Berganza here. Another episode of What's Next, Weekend Edition. Halloween. We are on the eve of, and of course, tomorrow the kiddies will be dressed. The candy will be in their bowls. Decorations amidst. But regarding the parties, they will probably be going on tonight. Only because you don't have to wake up and go to work the next morning. But with that being said, being that these get-togethers were canceled last year because of the coup, the old adage, art imitates life, is ever more prevalent. And since we are talking about Halloween, we're talking about horror movies, and we're going to take a look at some that sadly it's going on right now. And my, oh my, how art truly imitates life. Let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Nolte, 5 great horror movies that warned us about the woke Gestapo. America is being terrorized by a very real and deadly woke Gestapo. This fanatical group of left-wing fascists annihilate, destroy, blacklist, and even murder those who refuse to conform to their fascist ideologies, sexual perversions, and a zeal for centralized authority. Using the combined power of the federal government, the established media, big tech, celebrity, academia, fascist corporations, they seek to bully us into their anti-science, anti-human utopia. A world filled with fear and compliance, a place where it's a crime to express yourself, honor your conscience, worship one true God, the one true God, shall I say, and live life the way you choose. Many horror movies warned us of this threat. Now that the threat is here, let's revisit the 5 we should have taken much more seriously. Coming in at number 5, Dressed to Kill, 1980. Writer-director Brian De Palma's ingenious remake of Hitchcock's 60s masterpiece Psycho cast Michael Caine as a transsexual who murders the women who sexually stimulate his male side, most famously a gorgeous Angie Dickinson.
Would you want to sleep with me?
Yes.
Then why don't you?
Because I love my wife, and it isn't worth jeopardizing my marriage.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been so rude. Thank you for picking up.
This is Bobby. You won't see me anymore, so I'm going to have a little session with your machine. Oh.
All right. This is an obvious parable about how the left wants to destroy normal and innocent people who make them uncomfortable in some way. Coming in at number 4, the legendary Invasion of the Body Snatchers remake, 1978. Director Philip Kaufman exceeds the greatness of the 56 original through the simple act of moving the story from a small-town America to left-wing San Francisco.
Sleep. Sleep. From deep space. Sleep. The seed is planted. Sleep. Sleep. Terror grows. Sleep.
Like the others.
Elizabeth, wake up! Get you when you sleep. Sit up!
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
All right, classic. The basic plot is still the same. A race of robot-like aliens seek to replace human beings with more compliant aliens. But instead of being a metaphor about the threat and horrors of communism, we have a story about the threat and horrors that enforce conformity of government bureaucracy, bureaucrats, and New Age thinking. Of course, there is the added thematic layer of explores the left's stated desire to replace free-thinking Americans with compliant, illegal aliens. Coming in at number 3, Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch. No, not to be confused with the greatness that was Michael Myers of episode Halloween 1 and 2 with Jamie Lee Curtis, but a weird take, supposedly, of a sequel, that didn't quite work, but in this instance, it does.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, the night no one...
The unreal. And the dead might be looking in.
Fellas, I was just kidding.
Witchcraft. To us, it was a way of controlling. The world's going to change tonight, Doctor.
The metaphors are legion. Right now, we are battling a multitude of massive corporations who pose as benevolent to grab hold of power. And once they get it, Google, Amazon, Twitter, Facebook turn fascist. Then there's the left ongoing crusade to annihilate our children with a mix of masks, critical race theory, and destruction of their innocence through sexualization. As we saw in Loudoun County, Virginia, the left would prefer our children to be raped and sodomized rather than give up their pagan belief that a man can magically transform into a woman. Number 2, the classic cult favorite, They Live. At the time, writer-director John Carpenter believed he was creating an attack on everything Ronald Reagan, but if you look at it now, They Live is more relevant than ever. Yeah, John Carpenter happened to be wrong.
What do these things want, and why are they here?
You still don't get it, do you, boy?
They have recruited the rich and the powerful.
They're running the whole show.
Wake up! They're all about you, all around you. Blinded us to the truth.
Take a look.
They are safe as long as they are not discovered.
I don't know what they are or where they came from, but we gotta stop them. Stay away from me. Put these on. They have us. Look at them. They're everywhere.
So good. So classic.
We have no
One that can see.
Mama don't like tattletale.
Now we start spilling some blood. Let's go.
All right. This is a movie about an alien race that long ago conquered us. To keep us compliant, they used news media, consumerism, technology, and a police state. Coming in at number 1, The Wicker Man. Forget about Neil LaBute's dreadful 06 remake that removed the very thing that made the original a masterpiece, Christianity. Instead, what you have in the original is a brilliant look at how leftism, when boiled down, is nothing more than a return to the Middle Ages of human sacrifice, abortion, paganism, environmental worship, and every form of sexual perversion and deviance, including the sexualization of children.
This word would harrow up thy soul, freeze thy young blood.
Is Rowan Morrison.
If Rowan Morrison existed, we would know.
I suspect murder.
Sergeant, I've already told...
In the name of God, woman, what kind of mother are you?
All right. This is pitted against the film star, Edward Woodward. Of course, as everybody knows who he is. He is known for his classic 1984 series. Of course. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It just escaped my mind. I do apologize for it. Sorry. It's going to hit me after this. I know it will. Who portrays a dedicated Christian and police officer looking for a missing child. Woodward's Christianity, which is based on humanism and reason, is at first presented as a stereotype of humorless prude. But as the story rolls on, our view of him changes. We eventually come to see him as a noble, brave, dedicated, moral, and rational man thrust into the left's fascist utopia where superstition, conformity, and perversion rule. In the end, he's an outright Christian martyr to these monstrous woketards who, in 100 different ways, resemble our own monstrous woketards, including their terrible art, their superstitions, masks work, people can magically change their sex, their demand for conformity, the perversion of our children, and their love of violence. Antifa, Black Lives Matter, CNN, etc. My thoughts. The Equalizer. I knew it was going to hit me. The classic series with Edward Woodward. The Equalizer, of course, Denzel Washington brought it to the movies, and boom, explosions. So good. But regarding these 5 classic horror movies, they do represent. They do represent what we're living now in 2021 when it comes to the wokeness, when it comes to the stupidity, the buffoonery, the morons that are running all this. And of course, the classic, which was not mentioned, it's not considered horror, but it is more prevalent, maybe the most prevalent of them all, and that is Orwell's 1984. That is where we are. That is where we are in 2021. And for those who like the traditional and classic Halloween, me and wifey saw the most recent Halloween, Halloween Kills. Great movie. Check it out. But when it comes to the situation and times that we live in, these 5 movies will definitely make you think. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.